talk about Saturday night's race. I think you started on the pole, didn't you?
Yeah, I was in the right spot.
Right. Listen, you knew that track was rubbered up before you went out there, right? You could see that it had taken rubber. What was your goal? Just to make sure that you stayed in the rubber and didn't give anybody an opportunity to get around you. You got, Sam Haferteef, all the championships he's won, Tony Bruce Jr., which I was a little surprised, to be honest with you, that Tony Bruce doesn't run that much anymore. And he took the 12H car, and he had a podium finish with it. I was a little shocked by that, me personally, because he doesn't run full-time anymore. But you had some good guys behind you, Sam, Tony, Wayne, Scott Baguski. Just talk about your plan going into that race and knowing that it was all rubber.
Yeah, we could tell early on in the day with how the track was prepared and the sun and the wind that it was going to rubber up. It's just a matter of time. And
yeah,
our game plan early in the night was we need to get in the top 6 redraw or whatever they do, the invert, so we have a chance, because at some point it's going to rubber, and track position is going to be key. So we did our jobs early and put ourselves in that draw, and it just worked out to where we were 4th in points, and they pulled a 4 to put us on the pole. But
nice.
I think you have less things to manage when you start on the pole of a rubber down racetrack, but everybody acts like it's just given to you at that point, but it's not. I mean, there's still a couple key things you have to pay attention to and to win the race. I mean, you got tire management. When you have guys like Sam and Wayne and a few of those other guys around you, and Tony was up there, if you make one mistake or miss your mark or slip out of the rubber or do something silly or get tangled with a lap car because everybody's fighting for the bottom, you can lose that race in an instant. So,
right.
I knew I was in a really good position starting on the pole. It was the best place to be, obviously, and but there was still some things we had to manage. I knew I'd take care of tires. I wanted to take care of tires and not push hard. So if I felt like at the end I had to push a little harder, I had the tire to do it. It ended up working out, and I did. But I knew if I slipped up or if I messed up with a lap car or something like that Sam was going to be right there. And he was, and kept me honest and made me stay focused and hit the marks we had to hit and not miss the rubber and just do those things you got to do on a rubber down racetrack. And, it worked out. We were in the right spot and led all 20 laps, and now here we are getting ready for Little Rock.
Yeah, do you think your tires, originally they were going to run 30 laps. They cut it down to 20. Do you think your tire would have made 30 laps?
It would have been extremely close. I know a lot of guys' tires wouldn't have made 30 laps. I would have been close. But look, I think he did the absolute right thing. In a situation like that,
no doubt,
you can't really take a risk. I mean, the track is gone. It's rubber down. It's chewing tires off all night. And I think as Terry in his position, the last thing you want to do is, put a race like that or put your racers at jeopardy of being in a position and blowing a tire or just having it turn into a mess, because you don't want to be running at Devil's Bowl or speeds like that and blow a tire going down the straightaway or something. It just tears things up, and it's not good. And I think he made the right call, and it was erred on the side of smart decision and safety. And he made the right call, because at the end of that race, we didn't have a lot of tire left. We had just a bit, and it was the right decision.
And when you say the right decision, I believe that originally it was the one tire rule, but they allowed everybody to put on another tire before the A main. Is that correct?
Yeah, he has. So the one tire rule in place, which I think is good. I think overall it's a good thing. But also, I like that there's areas in there in his rule that if we do have a situation that gets out of hand, and obviously tires are going to be an issue, that the racers and him can get together and discuss and kind of waive that for that night. And it was the right decision, I felt like, all along. The tire rule was in place and did its job the first night, and then the track got abrasive the second night, and it was kind of obvious that what we all had on wasn't going to make it, so he allowed us to put something on that was going to make it and shorten the race. So Terry did a really good job as well.